Yes, let's look at this cool sword from Enter the Ninja. Those of us out there who are old enough to remember the movie Enter the Ninja from the 1980s will love this replica. This is the sword that was used by the hero Franco Nero in the movie. This is made by Liu Swords, which is a factory sword-making company in Longquan, China, which has been around for more than 100 years. They also make this ninja to based off of the sword of Shokosugi in the black version here. These are both made by the same company, and this is one of literally my favorite swords of my entire collection is this Shokosugi sword because of its make, the quality, the balance, the sharpness of the blade. And I was real excited to show you guys this one here from the same company that makes this ninja to. Now, of course, these are replica swords. These didn't exist. These were kind of created in the late 20th century, but they are fun and they are highly functional blades that are extremely sharp and very well made for the budget price of under $200. So let's take a close look at this white sword from the movie Enter the Ninja. Why do I love these two swords so much? Literally because it was my childhood. I grew up in the 1980s. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have anything really except VHS tapes. So we went to the movie store and we rented Enter the Ninja when I was just a kid. This was called the Shokosugi sword, and this is also made by Liu Swords out of China, and I absolutely adore this sword. Now, these are called ninja to. They didn't really exist in history because it would have looked weird with you walking around like this. There were, of course, straight swords, but the ninja would have used a samurai sword probably. I love these. These are probably designed by someone in the 20th century, and they really are some of my favorites. The balance on this sword is remarkable. The balance point is right there. So this is a very evenly balanced short blade, and it is perfectly balanced in my opinion. It is a hunk of, I think, Maru one-piece steel, although it does look like this one is differential tempered. There is a slight hamon line. It's very hard to see, but there is a slight hamon there. It is a solid sword. There isn't one bit of movement here. The ito, the wrap, is extremely tightly made. I've chopped a lot with this, never had anything come apart or even loosen in the slightest. It has a huge iron black painted guard here. It is just a beautiful sword overall, and one of my definitely top 5 of hundreds of swords that I have. And I have swords from every century and every price point, but this one runs around $375, $400. You can find these all over the internet on eBay. They come out of China, and they are extremely, at least this one that I have 3 of these, very, very, very well made. Now today we're looking at this beauty. This is a white ninja to from the same movie, Enter the Ninja, used by Franco Nero. And this one, how it is different is, as you can see, it has the same type of blade. It's not differential tempered. So this is what they call Maru style, which means it's completely one piece of steel. It is, as far as I know, called 9260 spring silicone steel. This is a modern steel here. It's very, very powerful. It is strong. It is flexible. This is a really good quality steel. It is very, very tough. The 60 in the 9260 means it's 0.60% carbon in the blade. This is an unbelievably sharp sword here. It has a really good edge. So this steel is very well known for having a really good edge retention. When you cut targets, it's going to hold your edge, and it resists abrasion and corrosion, unlike many of the other steels. So 9260 steel is really good. It has a good Rockwell hardness, and I think it's like a 61 on the Rockwell scale. So if we're going through hard targets, it's going to do very, very well. The Kashida butt cap here is just silver. I don't know what that's made of, probably some sort of alloy. It does have real white samegawa underneath and a real wrap, tsukaito here. Again, with these Liu swords, they have a very, very tight wrapping. A lot of swords in this price point are really cheaply made, and the wrapping is terrible. These people at this company really know how to wrap swords. Unbelievably tight ito, so when I'm holding this and moving it, This does not move at all. It's a really good-looking ska handle here. The Menuki underneath look like they're just silver dragons. They're kind of hard to see. Not the best quality. The Samegawa skin is real, but it's certainly not like large nodes or anything like that. The Fuchi here is just a simple silver, and I don't know about you guys, I love silver in a sword. I think it's very handsome compared to the gold. The Tsuba guard is just a big chunk of iron there and steel, and it has the holes drilled in it just like the one in the movie, which really lightens up the guard. But don't worry, you're going to have your hands protected here. There's no way anything's going to break through that. This is solid construction. The habaki is also silver in one piece here, as you can see. That habaki right there. This sword you can take apart. I'm not going to, but you can. I'm sure there's no signature under here, but the tang, this is double pegged and it goes down probably to about here. That's why the balance of these swords is so good. It is not top heavy. The handle is quite long. I want to say the handle in this is roughly 10 inches or so, the ska. You can see on the blade here that it has an engraving of the Enter the Ninja logo, which I remember from the 80s. You have the nin symbol right there etched on the blade. And again, this is a one-piece steel. What is the sharpness of this? Unbelievably sharp. Both of these blades, just take my advice, are razor sharp. So I have no problem in cutting through targets with these. The length, Nagasa, is 20-inch blade. It is hand mirror polished, and again, very scratch resistant as cutting water bottles. If you want to cut tatami mats, you're cutting bamboo, I have a feeling that this is not going to chip or scratch very easily. So total length is about 30 inches, and the weight of this is very light at 2.8 pounds. The white scabbard, the saya, is a piano finish, bright white, and it has a white sageo there. The fit of the blade is extremely tight, so this fits very tightly, so it's not going to fall out, which is really good. A lot of price point swords of this nature fall out very easily, and it's not designed very well. You have to really push on the Tsuba guard to get that popped free. So that's another benefit of this price point, is it locks tightly for when you're running around and moving, or if you want to carry this on your back. I don't see any spacing between the habaki. It really is designed well for a mass-produced sword. I think this, gosh, for the quality, what I would have done in the 1980s to have been able to afford a sword like this. This sword cost less than $200. I would have paid $500 back then for this, because I just loved that movie so much, even though it's cheesy. But having a sword with this nice hefty blade that goes all the way through, that is really well polished and sharp as you can imagine, for a quote-unquote budget sword, I absolutely love this Enter the Ninja Toe. Maybe out there you like the idea of this entirely white ninja sword with the silver fittings. Of course, wearing this at night, you'd stick out like a sore thumb, but it's the novelty of the design from this movie, and it fits with its older brother. You have kind of the good sword and the kind of evil sword here. I love the balance in this collection of these two together. Tight fittings, tight wrap, very good specs on here. I would highly recommend these two swords for anyone out there who wants to start a collection. The company is called Lyue Swords, Lyue Swords, probably .com. Check on the computer, on your Google, and check them out on their website. They also sell these on eBay. As far as I know, they're actually cheaper on their website, so go through their direct website, and the shipping on these are very fast. So for a $200 sword, I highly recommend this Ninja Toe from the movie Enter the Ninja, not just for nostalgia, but for a functional sword that you can put on your wall or use wherever. I think this is a fantastic sword for the price point. I have never been disappointed by that sword company. Hey everybody, have a great day. Thank you for watching, and safe trading to you and yours. Bye-bye.